All right, Larry, thanks. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. Fielded about a yard deep. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Here's Matt Forte with his first carry. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Petty now. That one complete to Anderson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
Well, they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
A dump off to Forte. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Fresh set of downs here.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Petty. Right side, there's Decker. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Again, he'll drop to throw. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. On 1st down, this is Forte. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence and allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down.
Here we go now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finding time. And he's got a new one. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Matt Forte, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now let's shift our attention back to the Pittsburgh offense. They had, as we mentioned earlier, Roethlisberger, Bell, Brown all out there for the playoff win. Those guys had all had a week off, and they had mentioned, you heard this during the broadcast, they were already preparing for Miami before they knew that was definitely the opponent.
When you have that luxury of knowing you're locked into your spot in the playoffs, you can do that sort of thing. As you mentioned, they rested their big guys against Cleveland. So the week of practice against the Browns, they worked against them, but they also started to look ahead and added in periods or used certain periods to prepare for the Dolphins and maybe another opponent they thought they might get. That's just good planning by Mike Tomlin, the head coach.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, there was no blitz. That was just a draw play that, to be frank, didn't fool anybody.
Did we hear the entire stadium screaming draw? Because it felt like everybody was all over that play, and the defense won that battle.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he finds Hayward Bay. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
It fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
For Bell, a Steelers postseason record, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns in the wild card round. And, you know, he just showed such patience waiting for his blockers.
I think it works very well for him that these blockers have been blocking for Big Ben for a number of years. Because you know what they say about him. It's not the first 3 seconds of a pass play. It's the next 3 when he shakes someone off and creates. So they're used to holding blocks and doing something extra. They do the exact same thing for Le'Veon Bell because they know the results can be excellent.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Eli Rogers, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee. And that's at the 25. And New York set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. New York set to take the field. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. Following the penalty, it's Forte. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play. Holding them to no gain.
They'll set up a throw. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They start on the ground with Forte. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. 10 yards still left on second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
And a short gain there, so get it up only to about the 24. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Petty now. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. Pulled in at the 24. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard after the 39.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So the run gets him the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll need to get the play off quickly. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Man open right side, it's Rodgers. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Roethlisberger will throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Every now and then, you hope some volleyball training actually comes into play as a defender. When a ball's tipped in the air, nice play by the defense, got a hand on it, but when it's in the air, it's up for grabs. And too many times in this league, we've seen great plays happen for an offense as a result of a ball tipped in the air. So what you really want to do is be that guy who comes off the back line and spikes it, knocks it to the ground. Don't let him have that opportunity.
And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker. Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Here's Bell, and he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Old school defensive tackle play dictators just stood up and danced with the guy in front of you. And if the guy came near, tackle him. New school, you don't want to just dance. You want to get past it, get upfield, and make the play in the backfield. A big-time play there.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Boswell's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Marshall, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Here's Fitzpatrick. Dumps off to Powell. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Play clock winding down. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And this is caught by Hayward Bay. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game, the effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger. He's got his man here. It's Green. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
The play clock's running down. Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the 2nd level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
And on 2nd and goal, they decide to throw it again, and this result is even worse. They take a sack. On 1st down, it was simply an incomplete pass. Not a good first 2 plays, beginning with 1st and goal.
Time running out here on the play clock. Here's Bell, losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
They might think about going for it here, but it's still just the 2nd quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it 1st and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Jets. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, They've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
On second down, Forte. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Fitzpatrick to throw it. And this is caught. First catch by Brandon Marshall. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Fitzpatrick now from the 50. Got an open man. It's a noon one. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Second down following the incompletion. Fitzpatrick again. He's got time. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver. Third down here. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And Folk's kick is good. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe. Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering, who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on him as they try and catch the ball.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Surveying the field. This will be caught at about the 6. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. 3rd and 2, now Roethlisberger. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. New York set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we reach halftime and what's been a fair... Well, my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry, so we're going to get them right to quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think.
And this will be caught at the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 75 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. We've got a 3rd and 11.
Here we go. Blue 90.
Here's Petty. He's got time in the pocket. And that is incomplete. Eric Decker, the intended target. And it's 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. but they don't get it. And now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Bell, and he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it. Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's got Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Backing up. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On 3rd and goal. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Lorenzo Malden coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And New York set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Petty now. Anunwa's got it. Complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Back to throw. And he's got Decker, left side. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now Brown. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers offense is running away with this one. And he's able to put it through. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. Stephon Tua came out at Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wondered, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Well, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It's Steve McClendon that time who winds up getting him down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on the play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Play clock winding down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they...
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On second down, Roethlisberger. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. It's third down, 6 yards to go for the offense.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
There's no doubt about it. That's just one of the best connections in the league. Big Ben throwing it to Antonio Brown, and Antonio Brown has turned himself into such a player. A low-round draft pick, but you can't beat his determination or work ethic, and Big Ben will.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Darren Lee not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. So here we go, a third down after the second down pass completion. They'll come out in the pistol, and the play clock's running down. Here's Roethlisberger, and it's caught over the middle by the tight end Green. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third. And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying to throw the ball against, and you're creating that type of a number. Fantastic job, fantastic performance, and he's going to have to ice up his arm afterwards, too. That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop. And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Now it's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And 12 yards that time and picking up the first. Charles, you think Big Ben is happy to have Antonio Brown on the other side of his passes?
You know he is, but he also expects it. This is how their offense runs best. When those two get together, especially early, and continue to do it throughout the game, the end result is the one we're seeing right now. They're ahead on the board.
It has been early and often.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Brought in by Coates. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. And the seemingly endless drive continues.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Eli Rogers, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Here's Patty, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and now it's 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Petty now. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. They were looking for Marshall that time, and now it's third down. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. 5 receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. With it is Brown. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Hey, you got 3.
They come up with one running back. That's Bell. He's going to get the football. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a third and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position. Help out your team.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off, and he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got an open man. It's a noon one. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9. The defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. 5 wides in the game. 4 of them to the right side. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And Anderson's got it. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Here's a screen to Powell. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
Fielded at the 43. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. So would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And New York set to take the field. 5 receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Here we go with 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. Sets up the screen to Forte. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense. Got
to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage. They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken around the 12. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. A bunch of Jets, their whole gang of them flying to the football to make the stop. Offense just a yard away from the line they need to gain. 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a first down carry by Bell. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from MetLife Stadium.